Yeah, hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is the Devops mock interview day 180. We already completed 179 mock interviews. If you are watching this video for the first time in the YouTube, you can check out all mock interviews in the playlist section. And please like this video and you can hype this video as well. There is a new option called as hype so that it will be recommended to so many people who are looking at the Devops interview question and answers. And yeah, one more thing, I'm starting a new batch on DevOps. If you're looking for live class on DevOps, you can ping me on WhatsApp. This is my mobile number, which is displaying here. You can save my mobile number as DevOps Easy. And yeah, you can ping me on WhatsApp. And if you save, you will get an updated. And you can join my WhatsApp and Telegram group. You can find the links in the description. And thank you so much for joining Kweti and Shekhar for the today's mock interview. So if anyone want to introduce yourself, please go ahead and introduce yourself and don't reveal your genuine information. Kweti, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you, sir, giving me the. Am I audible, sir? First of
Yes,
all,
yes, yes, you are audible.
okay.
Don't
So
reveal
thank.
your name and don't reveal your genuine information.
Okay, okay, sir. So thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. Myself, Kweti. I am working as a DevOps engineer at ABCD organization. Uh, my daily to daily activities includes the monitoring of the Kubernetes dashboards, which have been uh, configured in Prometheus and Grafana. And I also work on Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, and uh, mm, sir, I am lost currently. Sorry for
Super,
it.
super, Kweti. Whatever you have given, it was perfect. So whatever you have tried it right, I'm happy for that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, your communication was good, not at all bad. Yeah, if you prepare right, you will rock.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but no issues. I will provide you the script for the introduction.
Thank you, sir.
But you need to attend at least two mock interviews. I need to check right how you are communicating. Depending upon that only, I can able to prepare the script.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay, sir.
join two more mocks like this without script. Try yourself introduction, and I will watch you. Depending upon that, by Monday I will provide you the script.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, Shekhar, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, you said like I don't want to reveal my say my personal information, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Just I will explain my imagination. So after then you can tell me. So I'm Shekhar. So I have worked in. I'm working as a DevOps engineer from the past 3 years. So presently I was learning, refreshing for the Kubernetes. So I was in little bit lag for 3 years. So I was taking refresher from the my trainer. So I'm also learning right now. So that's it. Present right now.
Okay. You need to tell about your experience. Okay. Not your learning and all. Because in the real interviews, you know you are not going to tell all these things.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay. So this is the class calendar which I have prepared for the DevOps batch number 5. So DevOps batch 5 will start from 5th January from morning 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST and it will end 18th March. So these are the tools which not this. Yeah, these are tools which are coming. Yeah, this is the old one. Now I've updated to this. We are going to discuss Git and GitHub. Jenkins, Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, real-time project, okay, azure DevOps project, monitoring.
Okay.
Okay, batch by batch, I'm going to increase the content. Now we have azure DevOps, right? In the next batch, I might include GitHub Actions as well. So along with Jenkins, you will get azure DevOps as well as GitHub Actions.
Okay.
So every batch, I'm going to increase the project level so that people can able to write apply for multiple jobs. Okay, without further wasting, let's start the mock interview. Today's mock interview majorly focus on Docker.
Okay, sir.
So what is Docker and why is it used? If you want to answer, raise your hand. What is Docker and why is it used? Yes, Quetti, go ahead.
Actually, sir, Docker Docker is uh, a container runtime engine, and the main advantage of the Docker is it contains only the basic libraries to run a application, and it is sharing the host kernel system, and and we can run a web server, or we can run a small application code on the top of the Docker container. So it's actually the small version of our native hypervisor hosted virtual machines. So actually it is a platform for running a application. So that is the all concept of the Docker.
Okay. Yeah, just remind me at the end of the session, I will provide you the GitHub access. Okay,
Okay,
and once I update this mock interview, you can review it,
okay, sir.
and accordingly you can prepare it. In the next mock interview, if they ask, you can able to answer.
Okay, sir.
So please go through it, whatever the answer I given. Okay, just add it to your brain memory. In the next mock interview, you can explain the same.
Okay, sir.
Do you know what is the difference between this Docker image and a Docker container? Yes,
Yes, sir.
Quetti, go ahead.
Sir, Docker image is a bare metal image that has been made from a Docker file, and Docker container is a running instance of a Docker image. We can run an application from the Docker image.
Okay. Shaker, you want to try?
Yeah, Pawan. So actually, Equity was saying too much, so maybe after then I'll get a chance. So you will ask to me. So what is that like a Docker image? f- Docker image via sorry, one second.
Because you need to participate, you need to raise your hand. Okay, I cannot call you.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So yeah, because you will lag in this mock interview. It's okay, but it will boost your confidence. If you are not talking, definitely that you will miss your chance. Let fail. It's okay. Fail first, then only you will get success. If you are not at all speaking, okay, you will not get to know how much right for you are, and you will not going to develop. That's the reason I will call every time so that you will speak out. Because I know even I will right. I am one of the laziest person. Even I right don't speak a lot in the beginning of my career. When I started speaking, right, then I have realized. Then I get out of that fear. Now even I can able right. I got a confidence, and even I'm delivering the sessions. Right, I am one of the batch bencher. Right, who used to bunk classes, colleges. I'm not that right expert in even in the subjects. Once we get a dedication, definitely family responsibilities, everything will comes at once. at that time, right, we we don't have any chance, so we need to, right, keep dedication and learn. So like that I've learned, okay, from scratch. I don't know, by God grace, I got an opportunity, right, at teaching. I doesn't imagine that I am going to teach even from my childhood. I don't have a clarity even like what will go in the life. Yeah, as a surprise, right, this teaching field, right, come to me. I, I didn't even imagine my dream. I will teach in future like that. 10 years back, I was nothing in 2016. Okay, now, yeah, by my hard work and my, right, God blessing, I was good, not bad. Yeah, sorry for wasting your time. Okay,
Yeah, that's really fun.
how does Docker isolate applications? Yes, Kwati. How does Docker isolate applications?
Sir, Docker isolate applications. We can isolate Docker applications by creating the different networks. So suppose Docker application A is residing at network A, and Docker and application B will be residing at network B. So by this way we can separate two Docker application. Means we have to create first two networks, and then we have to assign two Docker containers with two distinct network segment. So by this way we can uh, separate two Docker application.
Okay. Yeah, if anyone watching this video on YouTube, please like this video so that it will boost, right, me like confidence, so that I will, right, conduct more mock interviews like this. And one more thing, in right now Docker classes was going on, so in the next 2 weeks Kubernetes classes will be started. So once the Kubernetes classes was completed, we will going to start a real-time project. There we will discuss at least 5 to 10, nearly 5 plus projects, in which it will include Java, Python, React. So if anyone watching this video on YouTube, if you want only project, you can enroll for that project. So you can pick me on WhatsApp for the details, because there are people who already trained in DevOps, but they don't know exactly like how real-time project will be. So you will get a clear cut recordings as well, because whenever I conduct any classes, so it will not directly published publicly, but yeah, it will be given access to you privately, because you have enrolled. It will be given access to the only enrolled people. If you already know the project, if you already practice the project, no need to enroll. Okay, if you are lagging, if you are, right, when you are practicing the project, okay, if you want a mentor to guide step by step, and if you want a, right, project script, how to explain that the same to the interviewer, so this type of guidance if you want along with the project, then definitely you can join. If you already know the project, if you know how to explain the project in the interview, you no need to, right, join the this project, because it will be waste your, right, money and time. Okay, next question. What is Docker file?
So I can, but if Shivratri want to contribute, then we can.
Super Quetty. So yeah, even Quetty is asking you to answer, Shikhar. Do you want to try? What is Docker file?
No problem.
We are discussing this, right? What are the questions I've prepared, right? Everything we already discussed in real-time classes. Yes, Quetty, go ahead.
Sir, Docker file is a file by which we can build a Docker image. Like Docker file In the Docker file, we can add the multiple statements or multiple commands like from statement, copy statement, the expose statement, the CMD entry point statement, and all of the add copy statements. So by this, by this, like Docker file is a series of code, like series of lines which are used to build a Docker image. So that is the main purpose of the Docker file.
Okay, super. What is Docker volume and why is it used?
Sir, can I?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Okay. So Docker volume is used to store data of a Docker container persistently with the host system. So Docker volume, in the Docker we can use Docker volume in two types. The first is the mount path type, and the second bind mount type, and the second is the named volume type. In the mount path type or bind mount type, we can have one directory that can be mapped with the running container of the Docker. And in the workflow, we can create a volume with the Docker volume create command, and can map that particular volume with the running container. And Docker volumes are primarily responsible for storing the containers data persistently with the any external storage system, as we are know that the Docker container native feature of the storage system is ephemeral in nature. So that's the main purpose of the Docker volume.
Okay. Yeah, Quetti, try to join next 2 months whenever I conduct any mock interviews. I can confidently tell that, okay, definitely next year, right, starting of first 2 weeks, if you tried, if you right apply for the job, if you attend even first or second interview, you will easily crack the job.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
but for that, right, before that, we need to, right, practice. How?
Correct.
Even, right, if you want to learn car, okay, we need to do the practice in such a way that, okay, we can able to, right, go anywhere with the car.
Correct, sir. Correct,
Yeah,
sir.
then
Correct,
only
sir.
we'll get a confidence, then only we can able to control the gears, brakes, whatever it may be.
Correct, correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Even in the, right, heavy traffic, we can able to control the car. If we don't know how to, right, even drive, so obviously in the city you cannot able to control, because you don't know how, right, when to, right, apply the brakes and all. So in the same way, in the interviews also, if you attend mock interviews where you are getting lagged, you will get to know.
Correct.
Accordingly we'll get. I'm not that much of perfect to guide you, but yeah, whatever I know, I will help you through that. Definitely, yeah, you
No, no,
can
sir.
call me.
You are my mentor, sir. You will whatever you will tell or you will guide me, sir. I will obey you dot to dot, sir.
Thank you so much for that. Checker, do you want to answer? What is Docker volume and why is it used?
Yeah, the data which were present inside the Docker container was getting deleted. So along with read write layer, in order to preserve the data, the data will introduce a new concept like the Docker volume. The Docker volume will do like a, uh, it will store the data. After we can delete the container also, the data which were stored on that particular container is known as a Docker volume.
Super. You are absolutely correct. That means you are following my classes.
Yeah, I know the answers, but I'm unable to tell like in such a way that how the Quati was saying like that. Maybe I'm unable to like. Maybe I was not getting the
No,
answers.
no,
I
no.
know the answers, but
Quetti
I'm not
was
getting.
already right preparing from last 2 months. Okay, he's following my mock interviews. Okay, uh, okay. Yeah, you need to do that. You need to attend mock interviews. You need to follow. You need to practice. Then only will get. So Quetti is also a beginner. Now he has become expert. Why? He's already watching multiple mock interviews and he's preparing daily. Okay, so you need to do the same. You need to participate. If you don't participate, how you will get to know? Now you have answered the question like that. Try to answer. Even it is wrong, it's okay. You are learning. This is not a real mock interview. You will learn, right? Something. Okay, okay. This mock interview is going long. Actually, I planned for 30 minutes. Is it okay?
For myself, sir, it is okay, sir. Shivratri can give his input.
Yeah, okay, Pawan. After then we have class, right? So that's not an
Yes.
issue for me.
Okay. Yeah, definitely will continue the class as well, but yeah, it will take long. For me, it's okay. Yeah, for you, it will. I can even shout for 2 hours, but yeah, it's totally your input is needed.
Yeah, okay, Pawan. Continue for next half an hour.
What is Docker networks and types? What are Docker networks and types? Yes, Quitty, go ahead.
Sir, Docker supports. First of all, I am answering what is the Docker networks. So, like any other networking types, Docker network provides networking support for its underlying Docker containers, and Docker supports mainly four type of network types. It's host network type, Macmillan network type, bridge network type, and overlay network type. Sir, one question is from my side. Sir, will I explain, means after the telling of these network types, will I explain a little bit or just will stop here?
Yeah, depends upon the question. Like, what are that like Docker networks and types? So the question was they are asking the types of the network and what are they. Don't go deep. What it is
Okay,
exactly, you can tell. Like, for suppose bridge network. So
okay,
bridge network will be used for single node communication.
correct, sir.
Overlay network used for multi-node communication.
Correct, sir.
Host network will be used when you create a container. It will use the host network
Correct,
for
sir.
the running container. Nothing but it will use the right underlying host network.
Correct, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
sir.
there is a TMPFS.
Uh,
No, no, no. It's a volume type. Sorry
volume,
for that.
volume.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, let's move to the next question. How do you check logs of a container?
Sir, can I? Or Shivaratri?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Oh, sir, to for checking Docker logs, we can fire Docker logs -f space the container ID or the container name. Also, if we inspect more of a Docker container, then we can use Docker inspect space the container ID or the container name.
Okay. Okay. How do you enter into a running container? So I told you, Shaker, multiple times. This interview questions they will ask in the
Yeah,
interview.
yeah, Pawan.
How do you enter into a running container?
Yeah, Docker container run exec minus d container name or container ID. Mm. After then you can use name.
Quetti?
No, sir. Actually, for a running container, if we want to SSH, then we have to put the docker exec-it space the container ID or container name space bash.
Yes, you are right. What is Docker Compose?
Sir,
Yes,
can
go
I?
ahead.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, next mock,
So,
next for every mock, you no need to ask. If you know, you can continue.
okay, sir. Sir, Docker Compose is actually used for building the multi-containers multi-container stack of the Docker container actually, and the main advantage of using Docker Compose is that we can use depends on tag for the Docker container. Actually, suppose a web server needs to be depend on a DB container or DB service. So we can use the depends on tag over the web server that the DB container will start first, and after that the web service will start. So main advantage or main purpose of the Docker Compose file is to build a multi container stack for the microservices.
Okay. What is the difference between Docker Swarm and Kubernetes?
Sir, Docker Swarm and Kubernetes. First, I can tell that Docker Swarm and Kubernetes both are tool for container orchestration. But the main difference between the Docker Swarm and Kubernetes is Docker Swarm does not provide the auto scaling capability that Kubernetes provides the auto scaling capability. And in the Docker, the main difference between Docker Swarm and Kubernetes is this: that Docker Swarm is not providing the auto scaling capability, and Docker Swarm is only good for the small environment, and Kubernetes small environment, and the Kubernetes is good for the large enterprises or the large environment. And there are multiple advantages of the Kubernetes over the Docker that I am not currently remembering it properly.
Okay, no issues. Once I update this mock interview, please go through it. What are multi-stage Docker builds?
Sir, multi-stage Docker builds are that in where we are building the necessary packages or the necessary artifacts in the first stage of that Docker build, and the later part of the build we are just pulling out that artifact of that particular application, and just we are just running it in the later part of the Docker build step. And this can be written in a Docker file, like we can write we can use the as command in the first part of build, and we can pull the artifact from the first stage output in the second stage as from that first stage. So that is the multi-stage build.
Okay.
And the benefit of the multi-stage build will be the very less Docker image size that will be.
Yes. This is the main thing I'm expected. Okay. What is this Docker registry?
Docker registry is where we can store our the Docker images safely and securely. So after if we build a Docker image locally, then we can tag that Docker image with the with Docker registry ID, as the naming convention, and we can push that Docker image to the Docker registry.
Okay, we have only three questions left. How do you optimize Docker image size?
One second, sir. Sir, for optimizing Docker image size, we can follow the multiple techniques, like as you have mentioned that previously. We have to consider the multi-stage Docker build technique, and we have to take the distroless image for optimizing the Docker image, and whatever I can say, one is multi-stage Docker build, and second is the distroless image, and there are 3 to 4 points, I guess.
Okay, thin image, less like we can able to choose like Alpine. How do
That's
you
also.
troubleshoot a container not starting? Container is not starting. So like, how do you troubleshoot? How do you troubleshoot a container not starting? Am I audible? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you troubleshoot a container not starting?
Sir, oh, yes, sir, you are totally audible. Sir, hello, hello.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, you are audible. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Oh, sir, first of all, huh, okay, sir. First of all, we have to identify the container which are not starting. That, like, we can fire a command docker ps-a. So by that, by firing that command, we can identify which containers are not starting. Then we can see the logs of the container, like docker logs -f.
Uh, so yeah, I'm having some network issues. Just a moment. Okay, now I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Next, final question for today. How do you secure Docker containers? How do you secure Docker
Sir,
containers?
okay, sir. So for securing Docker container, first and foremost, we need to use the bare minimum distroless image for building the Docker image, and we have to uh, we have to patch and update the host operating system regularly, and we cannot incorporate any security token or the any credentials in the docker file when we are going to building the docker image. Okay, sir. And for by this method, we can secure a docker container.
Okay, let's check the answers. So the first question was what is Docker and why is it used? So Docker is a containerization platform that packages an application and its dependencies into a portable
Hmm.
container. So why we use this? So first you need to explain what is Docker. Docker is a containerization platform that packages your application along with those dependencies into a container. Why is it used? Ensures consistency across environment, faster deployments, lighter weight, lightweight compared to VMs, easy scaling in microservices.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between Docker image and container? So image is a blueprint or template which is a read-only. Container running instance of the image. So whatever you have told, Quetti, you are perfect. So Docker pull nginx, it will download the image. Docker nginx, it will create the container. How does Docker isolate application? It uses namespace and C groups to isolate, like process, file system, network, CPU, and memory. All these things you will get to a container. Okay, via
Correct.
namespace we will get a isolation, and via C group it will get the network, CPU, and right. This makes container behave like lightweight VMs. So what is Docker file? A script containing instructions to build an image. So like from copy, workdate, run, CMD. So all these things we have already discussed in live classes. What is Docker volume and why is it used? A volume stores data persistently even if the container is deleted. So if you want to create a volume, Docker volume create, volume name, Docker run -v, your volume name, colon, path, and the image name. So what are the use cases? Databases. If you want to store the data, right, whatever present inside the database container. If you want to collect the logs, sure. If you want to have a shared storage for the containers, for this reason we will use volumes. What are Docker networks and types? So there is a bridge, host, none, overlay. So bridge is a default network used for local container communication. Host, shared host network. None, no networking. Overlay used in Docker Swarm. Yeah. Even in Kubernetes also it will use the overlay. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How do you check logs of a container? Docker logs and the container ID. So useful for debugging application failures. So how do you enter into a running container? Docker exec -id container ID /bin/bash. So from tomorrow we are starting Kubernetes scripting. What
Okay,
is
sir.
Docker Compose? Tool used to define and run multi-container application. Like we will define version, services, image. So this we were going to discuss about this Docker Compose up -t to run the Compose. What is the difference between Docker Swarm and Kubernetes? So setup is easy for Docker Swarm. It is for Kubernetes. It is a complex. Scaling is fast for Swarm, and it is Kubernetes, as you mentioned, it is highly scalable. So Docker Swarm
Yes.
networking is simple. Kubernetes advanced networking. So that's the reason I used to tell. If you don't know Docker, you cannot able to understand this Kubernetes because Kubernetes networking was complex compared to Docker.
Sir.
So simple, right? It is an enterprise level. So as you mentioned, Quetti, you are right. It will be for testing environment. It will be for production.
Correct, sir.
What are multi-stage Docker builds? So used to reduce the image size from as build. Okay, the what are the build we have generated. If you want to copy it to right, we can copy to next stage, right, using copy from build and the path. So final benefit was image is very small, only includes the binary.
Right, sir.
Binary nothing but your setup file, the application jar file or var file, that is called as a binary. What is Docker registry? A repository that stores Docker images, like example Docker of AWS ECR, GitHub Container Registry, self-hosted Harbor. So if you want to push the image, Docker push your repo name, application name, and version. Okay, how do you optimize Docker image size? Use Alpine base image, use multi-stage builds, clean the cache. Right, you can use the run instruction apt clean cache, and it will remove the right dependencies or unnecessary files from the varlib apt. So copy only the required files for the best practice. How to troubleshoot a container not starting? So check the logs, Docker logs container ID or container name, describe the image entry point, run container in an interactive mode, validate environmental variable, check the port conflicts. If the port is also not available, your container will not start, right?
Yes, sir. Correct, correct.
How do you secure Docker containers? So use non-root user inside your Docker file,
Mhm.
enable image scanning, keep images minimal, use secrets not environmental variable, apply network isolation. So which you have mentioned, right? You should maintain different network for the containers.
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Okay. So that's it for today's mock interview. Thank you so much, Betty, for joining and right participating in the mock interview. I hope you will participate actively in the coming mock interviews as well.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity for joining the mock interviews. From going forward, whatever the mock interview session you will invite me, I will join all of those, sir.
Okay, I'm stopping the recording. If you have any personal things, you can ask.